Can we be honest about something for a second? I don't think it's always platonic when you're friends with someone of the opposite sex. Because look, I'm not saying people can't have opposite sex friends. Let's calm it down for a second. I'm definitely not saying every man and woman who speaks to each other is secretly one conversation away from running off together. That would be insane. I am simply saying that when you're in a relationship, close opposite sex friendships can cause a lot more problems than people like to admit. And for context, right, I'm a therapist. I've worked with so many people around relationships, breakups, cheating, all of that good stuff. And honestly, one of the things that comes up again and again is the close friend. The friend they said not to worry about, the friend they go to when they're upset, the friend who knows all the relationship problems. And this is where it gets tricky. Because a lot of people will say, well, if your partner has a problem with that, they're just insecure. And maybe, sometimes that might be true. Sometimes someone's jealousy is completely disproportionate. Sometimes someone is trying to control who you speak to. Sometimes someone has trust issues that they're putting on you, and that is not okay. But I would also say, I think we've gone too far the other way now, because now any discomfort can get labeled as an insecurity. Any boundary can get labeled as controlling. Any concern can get dismissed as, oh, well, you're just jealous. And I really just don't think that's always fair, because when you're in a relationship, part of the responsibility is doing things that help the other person feel emotionally safe and stable. No, not in a controlling way, not in a you can never speak to another human being again type of way, but in a type of way where you understand that the relationship has boundaries and you're going to respect them. Because look, if you have a close friend of the opposite sex and you're consistently breaking the agreements of your relationship with that person, that is a problem. If you're hiding messages, that is also a problem. If you're going to them every time your partner upsets you, that's a problem. If they know details about your relationship that your partner would feel uncomfortable with, that is a problem. Because the problem is, the issue is never usually when your relationship is fine. It's when your relationship hits a rough patch, which every relationship does have. And guess who feels like the easiest person to go to in that moment? The close friend who already knows the issues. The person who has already said, you deserve better. And that is why this thing can get messy. Not because everyone has bad intentions. Most people do not. Most people genuinely think we are just friends. They're like a brother or sister to me. Because sometimes they are like a sibling, fine. But sometimes they are absolutely not like a sibling. Sometimes they are like a person waiting patiently for the right moment to disrupt or even be an emotional shoulder to cry on. But anyways, that's my thought of the day. Take it or leave it. I hope it was useful. I'll see you on the next one.